I mentioned earlier, we're ridding the body from parasites, which are one of the reasons why we crave so much food, particularly the kind of unhealthy food. But another reason is that the manufacturers stroke suppliers of this food have become very kind of shrewd in making us almost addicted to their foods by the things that they add into the foods, whether it, the chemicals and the additives as well too. So giving the body a break from these, it's a little bit like withdrawing off a drug. So there can be an element of withdrawal that happens, and the consequence of this may be some symptoms that can be a little bit unpleasant, but they're often just temporary, and we're very much equipped and experienced in helping you to transition through those. This really is the reason why, as a weight loss program, not only is it successful in achieving substantial weight loss whilst you're with us, but that you will continue to maintain that weight loss, and actually in our experience continue to lose weight after you leave here. And the reason for that is because your metabolism will be working that much better with really knowing what it is your body needs. So your food choices start to come from here and not just kind of from here in your taste. Many of our programs will also introduce raw food. So after finishing your fast system, we want to start gradually and just intelligently introducing food back into the body. And we do that by offering you a really tasty, nutritious raw food diet. By raw, we mean all the ingredients are uncooked. And there's a reason for that, in that as soon as we heat any food, there's a certain amount of its nutritional value is lost. Now that isn't to say that it's wrong to eat cooked food. And we're well aware that there's so much more to eating than just nutrition. It's about enjoyment, and it's social, and cooking's such a great experience. But in terms of making that transition from the juice fast back into your life, then the raw food diet creates a really good bridge to do that. So one of the things that we realized, that for many people, even though they're doing all the cleansing, the nutritional work, etc., that all the things that on a physical level should bring about their healing, healing was still not happening. For some people, maybe that might be weight loss. Maybe the weight loss would just kind of plateau. They'd lose a few pounds initially, and then that weight loss would plateau. Or the condition, whether it be the arthritis or the diabetes, or some of these kind of conditions that people are often presenting, that the healing still wasn't happening. And this really is where the non-physical aspects of healing is really important, and this is something that we're incredibly passionate about. So this is the energetic stroke holistic approach to healing that we offer here. So we offer a variety of holistic healing treatments and modalities, from Reiki and chakra balancing, craniosacral therapy, acupuncture, regression therapy, theta healing, list. And the reason that we do this is because it's for real healing to happen beyond just the physical body, or even just for the physical body. There needs to be healing at non-physical levels, and by non-physical I mean mental, emotional levels. So whilst the Western medical approach to healing can be very successful dealing with physical conditions, you know, like you got a broken bone, you got cuts and tears in your skin and stuff, there's nothing better than the Western medical approach to healing. Where we feel that it falls down is not addressing the non-physical causes of the condition. And by non-physical, primarily we're talking about mental, emotional causes. So however physical the condition or the manifestation of the disease is, there will always be non-physical causes. So these different modalities that I've just mentioned, in their own different ways, offer slightly different approaches to the same thing, which is really just helping someone to release emotional, what we call emotional blockages, which in another language are blockages of energy. As beings, we are energy, and we're constantly breathing energy. It just circulates through us. So when we're feeling energetic, physically energetic, mentally alert, positive, emotionally up and upbeat, that's when we are open to these flows of energy. There's a lack of resistance to the flow of energy that's passing through us. When we feel ourselves feeling anything less than that, it's actually a resistance to that flow of energy. So when somebody says, I'm full of energy, actually that's incorrect. We don't own or possess any energy. We don't have any battery packs anywhere. Yeah, there's just a constant flow of energy, which in Eastern traditions is called ki or chi or prana in the yogic traditions. So when we resist this energy in some way, we start to experience a lack of energy. We start to feel less positive, we start to feel down. And the resistance to that energy happens at an emotional level. So the word emotion is actually energy and motion. So as energy moves through us, we experience that as an emotion. And of themselves, there are not any bad emotions. But there are emotions which we may judge to be unwanted or that just don't feel good for us. So, and it's in that judgment that the resistance happens. So that's where the mind comes in. So when the mind resists the flow of energy, it creates a resistance. And I'm doing that with my hand because what happens is that energy that started moving suddenly gets trapped. And it gets trapped then in the physical body. And if it's not released, it becomes toxic. And we can hold on to stuff for years, and it's all that, you know, why did this person do that to me? Why did that happen to me? This shouldn't have, and that shouldn't have. And it's all that kind of mental resistance and hanging on that traps this kind of toxic, low vibration energy within us. And if it's left unreleased, it will eventually manifest into a physical condition. Which is why this program can be really beneficial to people who have been in rehab. They're looking to break away from their attachment to certain substances, and also for people who find themselves trapped into repeating patterns that play out in their lives, which may manifest as an attachment to a substance or even to a food type, or may even just be unhealthy relationships, poor finances, poor health. These are all third dimensional manifestations of mental and emotional imbalances. Yeah, unfortunately, so many people these days come to us and they're depressed and they're burnt out, and often taking medication for that as well too, unnecessarily. And so doing this really helps people just to connect with the true essence of who they are, because that depression is really founded in a disconnect with others, disconnect with nature, disconnect with source, the universe, God, whatever you want to call that. So, you know, when people spend time with us here and they spend time on the program, they connect with other people and just spend time in the beautiful nature here, and ultimately I think find that connection with source, with the creator. So through the program itself, all the additional workshops that we offer, the talks that we offer, cooking classes, there's so much. I mean, until you come here, you don't really, it's hard to put into words to all the different topics that we cover and all the different expertise that is available here. And the result of this is that it leaves you with a really comprehensive tool bag to take out of here. Because one of the biggest fears that people have is that they're in a bubble here, and it's easy to lose the weight and to maintain that kind of structure. But really, I just really want to reassure you that when you leave here, you're going to have everything you need to continue that for yourself. So our intention at Orion is to offer you a space that is nurturing, is held by a group of people who have really dedicated their lives to this. We've all been through our own journeys, so we really understand the journey that everyone's going on. We really resonate. And it's a healing experience, a physical healing experience, an emotional healing experience. So I really look forward to the opportunity of welcoming you here and working with you, myself and with the team here, and sharing this holistic mind, body, soul experience with you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Yeah.